Now, you said you had some children, and you also have at least a sibling who lives outside of the state. Do you ever take some time out to visit those relatives?
I don't take much time right now because there's so many things. As the current situation, it's just so many things going on that it's difficult to find a. After all, if you don't fly, like if I wanted to go to Dallas, if I don't fly, it'll take anywhere from 9.5 to 12 hours just to get to where my son lives. I visit we visit on occasions. For instance, last Sunday was Father's Day. I had 3 out of 4 of them there, plus the grandkids and the great-grandkids. It was a wonderful visit.
How
Really
many
was.
great-grandchildren and great-grandchildren do you have?
I have 3 grandsons and a great-grandson and a great-granddaughter, who are the joys of our lives now, I can tell you.
No.
They steal the show when they come, I can tell you.
Well,
They live in town, incidentally.
well, maybe we'll have to have them on the next time you're here.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
She'll steal your show, I can tell you.
Oh, good. Now, with all the things going on and the differences that have occurred in Homa, and with the British Petroleum oil spill, do you think that the lifestyle that the people of Homa have become accustomed to, do you think that's changing with the evaporating coastlands and everything that's happening on the Gulf? Do you think our lifestyle is going to change so much that what we used to know as Homa will be no longer?
I don't see that as happening or happened in the recent situation, because there's been so much activity going on in downtown Homa, and I think that that's an encouragement that we're not so much deteriorating as we taking advantage of some of the things that we're able to do with what remains in the parish. I suspect that this oil spill is going to have some long-range effects. I hope I'm wrong with that. I hope that they find some way to do, because ultimately everybody is affected with this. People who shrimp, people who make their living on the water, people who have all kinds of connections with the restaurant people, all of this. So, but I don't think like right now it's having that serious an effect, but if it continues, I think it will.
Great. We're going to be right back and talk more with Mr. Bobby Boudreaux, long-term Terrebonne Parish Clerk of Court. We'll be back in just a moment.
As every parent knows, it's our #1 job to keep our kids and our families safe. This is especially true during times of emergency. This hurricane season, make sure you're prepared and have a game plan for what to do if a hurricane strikes. Know your evacuation routes in case you need to leave home. Have a radio to keep track of weather. Make sure and have any necessary medications and plenty of water. Visit getagameplan.org today and get a game plan for your family for hurricane season this year.
Welcome back to Interview with Mike Billiot. I'm talking today with Terrebonne Parish Clerk of Court, Bobby Boudreaux. Mr. Boudreaux, one of the most important things that the Clerk of Court does is handles the elections for the Terrebonne Parish. I understand that every person who must qualify for an elected position in Terrebonne Parish has to do so through your office.
That's correct, as long as you let me say that if it's for a congressional seat, they would qualify with the Secretary of State. But all of the local officials will qualify with the clerk's office.
Now, that's going to be coming up. There's actually going to be some qualifications coming up soon, right? Isn't there an election coming up for the school board?
The entire school board is up, and they will qualify from July 7th through the 9th. And they'll be coming in the office.
And then the elections, when are the elections for the school board for Terrebonne Parish?
October 2nd.
Okay. But so they have July 7th through 9th to qualify.
That's correct.
And then whoever qualifies can therefore run their campaign, and then in October is when the
That's
people
correct.
get to vote.
Announcements are not qualification papers. They're simply announcing that they intend to do it. The actual qualification is from the 7th to the 9th.
Okay. Now, you are one of 65, 66 people who work in the clerk of court's office on a daily basis. So
Correct.
it's a well-oiled machine with you in the leadership position, but you of course are not one person handling everything that goes into the office. Tell me about your staff members and how they play a part in the functioning of the clerk's office.
I'm glad you brought that and said that, Mike, because I have an outstanding staff. They've stayed with me for a large number of years. I have several people in the office that's been with us for more than 30 years. My chief deputy has been with me over, I think, around 33 years. And I even have a nice lady that was working in the office when I first started, and she's still there, been there actually longer than I have. But what I'm trying to get over is that the staff is really the backbone of the operation. Any success that you have goes directly to them, and I get the credit for it, and they do the work.
Well, that's good. Now, you have every time you apply, or every time you fill out the qualifications papers, or even you register to vote, they ask what political party you are. Do you mind telling the audience what political party you register under?
I am a registered Democrat and have been all of my life.
Okay.
That to me means that's my party affiliation. I'm not. If they, I usually try to find out who the best person is if I'm voting. If he happens to be a Democrat, so much the better.
Okay.
But I try to see who's the. I think the party designation in a state like Louisiana is more of a how you feel, whether you're conservative or liberal or whatever else your views happen to be. It is a designation. The two major parties are Democrat and Republican, but there are couple of other recognized parties too. And so if they tell you there's no party affiliation, well, that's what you put on the paper.